Black magic or dark magic has traditionally referred to the use of supernatural powers or magic for evil and selfish purposes. With respect to the left-hand path and right-hand path dichotomy, black magic is the malicious, left-hand counterpart of benevolent white magic. In modern times, some find that the definition of black magic has been convoluted by people who define magic or ritualistic practices that they disapprove of as black magic. History. Like its counterpart white magic, the origins of black magic can be traced to the primitive, ritualistic worship of spirits as outlined in Robert M. Place's 2009 book Magic and Alchemy. Unlike white magic, in which Place sees parallels with primitive shamanistic efforts to achieve closeness with spiritual beings, the rituals that developed into modern black magic were designed to invoke those same spirits to produce beneficial outcomes for the practitioner. Place also provides a broad modern definition of both black and white magic, preferring instead to refer to them as high magic and low magic, based primarily on intentions of the practitioner employing them. He acknowledges, though, that this broader definition suffers from prejudices, as good-intentioned folk magic may be considered low, while ceremonial magic involving expensive or exclusive components may be considered by some as high magic, regardless of intent. During the Renaissance, many magical practices and rituals were considered evil or irreligious and by extension, black magic in the broad sense. Witchcraft and non-mainstream esoteric study were prohibited and targeted by the Inquisition. As a result, natural magic developed as a way for thinkers and intellectuals, like Marsilio Ficino, Abbot Johannes Trithemius and Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, to advance esoteric and ritualistic study without significant persecution. While natural magic became popular among the educated and upper classes of the 16th and 17th century, ritualistic magic and folk magic remained subject to persecution. 20th century author Montague Summers generally rejects the definitions of white and black magic as contradictory, though he highlights the extent to which magic in general, regardless of intent, was considered dark or black, and cites William Perkins' posthumous 1608 instructions in that regard. All witches convicted by the magistrate should be executed. He allows no exception, and under this condemnation fall all diviners, charmers, jugglers, all wizards, commonly called wise men or wise women, all those purported good witches which do not hurt but good, which do not spoil and destroy, but save and deliver, should come under the extreme sentence. In particular, though, the term was most commonly reserved for those accused of invoking demons and other evil spirits, those hexing or cursing the neighbors, those using magic to destroy crops, and those capable of leaving their earthly bodies and traveling great distances in spirit. Summers also highlights the etymological development of the term necromancer in common use from 1200 to approximately 1500. Broadly, one skilled in the black arts. In a modern context, the line between white magic and black magic is somewhat clearer, and most modern definitions focus on intent rather than practice. There is also an extent to which many modern Wicca and witchcraft practitioners have sought to distance themselves from those intent on practicing black magic. Those who seek to do harm or evil are less likely to be accepted into mainstream Wiccan circles or covens in an era where benevolent magic is increasingly associated with New Age Gnosticism and self-help spiritualism. Satanism and devil worship. The influence of popular culture has allowed other practices to be drawn in under the broad banner of black magic, including the concept of Satanism. While the invocation of demons as spirits is an accepted part of black magic, this practice is distinct from the worship or deification of such spiritual beings. Those lines, though, continue to be blurred by the inclusion of spirit rituals from otherwise white magicians in compilations of work related to Satanism. John Dee's 16th-century rituals, for example, were included in Anton LaVey's The Satanic Bible, and some of his practices, otherwise considered white magic, have since been associated with black magic. Dee's rituals themselves were designed to contact spirits in general and angels in particular, which he claimed to have been able to do with the assistance of colleague Edward Kelly. LaVey's Bible, however, is a complete contradiction of Dee's intentions but offers the same rituals as a means of contact with evil spirits and demons. LaVey's Church of Satan officially denies the efficacy of occult ritual but affirms the subjective, psychological value of ritual practice, drawing a clear distinction between. LaVey himself was more specific. White magic is supposedly utilized only for good or unselfish purposes, and black magic, we're told, is used only for selfish or evil reasons. Satanism draws no such dividing line. Magic is magic, be it used to help or hinder. The Satanist, being the magician, should have the ability to decide what is just, and then apply the powers of magic to attain his goals. Satanism is not a white-light religion. It is a religion of the flesh, the mundane, the carnal, all of which are ruled by Satan, the personification of the left-hand path. The latter quote, though, seems to have been directed toward the growing trends of Wiccanism and neo-paganism at the time. Voodoo, too, has been associated with modern black magic, drawn together in popular culture and fiction. However, while hexing or cursing may be accepted black magic practices, voodoo has its own distinct history and traditions that have little to do with the traditions of modern witchcraft that developed with European practitioners like Gerald Gardner and Aleister Crowley. In fact, voodoo tradition makes its own distinction between black and white magic, with sorcerers like the Bokor known for using magic and rituals of both, but the penchant for magic associated with curses, poisons and zombies means they, and voodoo in general, are regularly associated with black magic in particular. Black magic and religion. The links and interaction between black magic and religion are many and varied. Beyond black magic's links to organized Satanism or its historical persecution by Christianity and its inquisitions, there are links between religious and black magic rituals. The Black Mass, for example, is a sacrilegious parody of the Catholic Mass. Likewise, a seining, though primarily a practice of white magic, is a Wiccan ritual analogous to a christening or baptism for an infant. 17th-century priest Etienne Guiberg is said to have performed a series of Black Mass rituals with alleged witch Catherine Monvoisin for Madame de Montespan. In Islam, Al-Fatiha, Al-Falaq, Al-Nas and other surahs are recited to protect against sorcery. They may be recited and blown on olive oil or water. In addition, using a ta'awez containing some of the 99 names of Allah, Quranic verses and/or names of saints have been used for centuries and have origins in the Hadith. Practices and rituals. During his period of scholarship, A. E. Waite provided a comprehensive account of black magic practices, rituals and traditions in the Book of Black Magic and Ceremonial Magic. Other practitioners have expanded on these ideas and offered their own comprehensive lists of rituals and concepts. Black magic practices and rituals include true name spells, the theory that knowing a person's true name allows control over that person, making this wrong for the same reason. This can also be used as a connection to the other person, or to free them from another's compulsion, so it is in the gray area. Immortality rituals. From a Taoist perspective, life is finite, and wishing to live beyond one's natural span is not with the flow of nature. Beyond this, there is a major issue with immortality. Because of the need to test the results, the subjects must be killed. Even a spell to extend life may not be entirely good, especially if it draws life energy from another to sustain the spell. Necromancy. For purposes of usage, this is defined not as general black magic, but as any magic having to do with death itself, either through divination of entrails, or the act of raising the dead body, as opposed to resurrection or CPR. Curses and hexes. A curse can be as simple as wishing something bad would happen to another, through a complex ritual. In popular culture and fiction, concepts related to black magic are described, even inaccurately, as black magic, are a regular feature of books, films and other popular culture. Examples include Black Magic, lead single by British girl group Little Mix, released in May 2015, for the third studio album, Get Weird. The Devil Rides Out, a 1934 novel by Dennis Wheatley, made into a famous film by Hammer Studios in 1968. Rosemary's Baby, a 1968 horror novel in which black magic is a central theme. The Craft, a 1996 film featuring 4 friends who become involved in white witchcraft but turn to black magic rituals for personal gain. The Harry Potter series, black magic, including various spells and curses, is referred to as the dark arts, against which students are taught to defend themselves. Final Fantasy, a video game in which white and black magic are simply used to distinguish between healing, defensive spells and offensive, elemental spells, and do not carry an inherent good or evil connotation. Charmed, a television series in which black magic is also known as the black arts, dark magic, or even evil magic, and is used by demons and other evil beings. The Secret Circle, a short-lived television series featuring witches, in which there are 2 kinds of magic. While traditional magic helps you to connect to the energy around you, more lethal and dangerous dark magic is rooted in the anger, fear and negativity inside you. Only a few born with it can access dark magic, and some are inherently stronger than others. The Power of 5 is an entire series by Anthony Horowitz about black magic and evil sorcerers. The antagonists are all black sorcerers and are all practitioners of black magic. Black magic is a means of summoning the old ones from the prison hell. Black magic often takes the form of mass murder and animation of inanimate objects. Night Watch. In the Night Watch book series, the magicians are grouped into 2 sides, light others and dark others. The dark magicians are more motivated by selfish desires. Supernatural. The television series Supernatural features many events and characters that feature and participate in black magic. The Hobbit. The films based on J.R.R. Tolkien's book The Hobbit feature elements of black magic centered on a character known as the Necromancer. However, this is very seldom mentioned in the book. It later is discovered that the Necromancer is Sauron, who is the principal dark character of the whole Lord of the Rings series. The Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings' essential antagonist is Sauron. Sauron and his followers use black magic on many events, such as the creation of many of his followers and the forging of the One Ring. Sherlock Holmes. The first of the 2 Sherlock Holmes films directed by Guy Ritchie includes elements of black magic, although they are later discovered to be false. Versailles released a short film in 2009 which depicted zombies that were resurrected by Jasmine Yu through black magic. Pizza 2, Villa, an Indian Tamil suspense supernatural thriller film, written and directed by debutante Deepan Chakravarthi. The Necromancers, the best of black magic and witchcraft, a collection of folklores and stories about black magic edited by Peter Haining.